Today I'm going to ferment purple cabbage. So what you need is pink salt, a mason jar to store it in, whey, and of course a purple cabbage. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut it, wash it, and bring you back. I'm now going to add 1/4 cup of whey. So I've washed the cabbage, I've chopped it up, and I've put it in this container. Now you can put it straight into the jar, but what you'll find, it needs to break down a bit. It needs the salt and the pounding with the wooden rolling pin that I'm going to show you. That's going to break it down, and it's going to be much easier to put it into the jar. So now that I've put the whey in, I'm going to take a pre-measured tablespoon of pink salt and just drop that in. Okay. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to take this. This is a rolling pin. I mean, you can buy items that are specifically for fermenting. You know what? This is a rolling pin, and I'm just going to, push it down for a little while, and I'll bring you back when I put it in the jar. As you see, the pushing down of the wooden rolling pin is breaking the cabbage, but it's going to be all the more easy to put into the jar in a little while. Ooh, okay, there we go. So I've been pounding this for a little while. I'm going to let it sit longer so it can continue to wilt. I'm just going to go about my business, come back in a little while, and put it in the jar. All right, so I'm back, and I have let the cabbage wilt a little while, and I'm going to begin to put it in my mason jar here. However, while I was gallivanting, I recalled that the last time I made this, I brought some in for a co-worker who ferments white cabbage or green cabbage, and she brought hers in for me to taste. So we both took our cabbage home and we ate it, and she puts caraway seed in her. Now, while she ferments white cabbage and makes regular sauerkraut, I typically only do white cabbage with kimchi using Napa cabbage. So for diversity of nutrients, I typically only make purple cabbage sauerkraut. But today I am going to use my coworker's idea and put in some caraway seeds. I guess maybe a teaspoon I'll put in. So I really liked how her fermented cabbage tasted. So there. That's probably about a teaspoon. I am going to mix this up once again, and I'm going to start putting it in the jar. So I'm going to place the cabbage in the jar. Now, every so often, I'm going to take this and press it down. Okay? So I'll bring you back when I'm finished filling the jar. As you see, it creates its own brine. I'm going to keep pressing that till the brine is level with the cabbage or slightly above. And then I'm going to leave it on the counter for about 3 days, sometimes 4. Depends on how it looks. So there you are. I'm done. If you notice, the brine is all the way to the top. I'm just going to leave it on the counter for a few days, and then I'll put it in the fridge. You will see a lot of bubbles. You will see more brine. However, when you put this in the fridge, the brine sinks back into the cabbage, and you don't see a lot of that fluid. You will see some at the bottom, but it sometimes it looks a little dry, but that's very normal. Once it's in the fridge, it's fine. It lasts for a long time. This will probably last me about 2 months in the fridge. I would use this typically in my smoothie. Once in a while I have it on as its own, but I would put this in my morning smoothie, and it's delicious. But I look forward to tasting my purple sauerkraut with caraway seeds in it. So this is the first time I am putting caraway seeds in it. But yeah, looks delicious, and I'm sure I'm going to enjoy it.